Hey, I'm Dave. I can check you in. But quick question. I'm not gonna find you dead in a few hours, am I? Sorry, is that too forward? Are you thinking, well, you tell me, is this place haunted? Jack Nicholson gonna axe me? But it's actually not that strange a question. Almost anybody who works at a hotel long enough eventually encounters a dead body. We find them in rooms we're about to clean, in the parking lot after they jump out the window, and we once had a lady somehow die falling down the laundry chute. True story. Yes, I know, death is obviously worse for the people actually dying, but it sucks for the staff too. This one time I helped a woman check in who wanted a room on the highest possible floor and on the front of the building. You could probably guess where this is going. Just a short while later, I heard a loud thud, almost like a car had hit a wall, and felt the area around me shake. I saw one of the maintenance guys inside the lobby, barely able to stand. His radio was turned up, and I heard nothing but yelling. The next 10 to 15 minutes were a circus. Guests in the lobby crowding around the door, cell phones out, security trying to control the crowd, managers trying to clear guests from the lobby, cops showing up. When my boss took security and the police up to the lady's room, they found a suitcase open full of her documents and things. I went home and just laid in bed, staring at the ceiling. I didn't know how to process what I saw, and it took me a while to fully get over it. Nothing really prepares you for something like that. They don't exactly cover this stuff in Hospitality 101. But again, that story isn't unique to me at all. The thing is, for over 100 years, hotels have been what I guess you'd call a popular suicide destination.
That's right, my name is Larry, and I'm a crime scene cleanup specialist who has worked hundreds of these cases. See, the thing about hotels is they offer a few advantages over dying at home. Some suicide victims are worried the wrong person, or nobody, will find the body, or they just don't want to be rude and mess up their house.
Hotels also host plenty of guests going through divorce or some other kind of life upheaval. It's a mix of happy people on vacation and miserable people who wish they were at home. Add it all up, and suicide researchers regard hotels and motels as lethal locations, since according to one study, people are over 19 times more likely to commit suicide there compared to literally anywhere else.
And that's just suicides. Other studies show hotels and motels are a magnet for every conceivable type of unnatural death. Visitors are usually away from their families and support systems, so you find a higher rate of smoking, drug use, and/or mental breakdowns. Guests are also often killed by everything from gun murders to this one random time when I had to clean up after a guy with throat cancer had his throat rupture while he was in the hotel and he bled out on the floor.
So to answer your question, yeah, this hotel is probably haunted.
But to be fair, they're probably all haunted.
But hey, it's not like everybody who goes into a hotel dies.
So like we said, whether it's because, yay, vacation, or boo, I just got fired, sometimes people take drugs here. And while sometimes drugs make you die, sometimes they just make you hack your penis off.
I heard about this pretty big hotel where a guy called the front desk to inform them Satan was telling him to chop his meat flute off. They sent somebody up to check on him, and what do you know, he'd actually done it.
But at least he did it cleanly, unlike one guy I cleaned up after who tried to saw his pink corn cob off with car keys. At least that other guy used a pretty sharp blade, but it was still like somebody shot a squirt gun all over the room. They also couldn't reattach it, which is weird because he'd done such a good job cutting it, unlike the key guy, who did get his reattached. Is that too much?
We got a priest to come and bless the room and have an exorcism because our Catholic housekeepers were refusing to go on that side of the hotel. Because of Satan.
I don't like Satan. Be gone, possessor of cocks!
That satisfied everybody.
So maybe nobody died in your room. They just sprayed their wiener blood over every conceivable surface. But it's okay. It's probably also been blessed by a priest. I declare this room free from dick demons.
You're probably wondering why this is the first time anybody's mentioned this. Well, for some reason, hotels believe dead bodies and severed penises might be bad for business, so most of the time, employees are banned from speaking with the press. Our job is simply to clean everything up and get the room ready again as soon as possible. Usually it takes about a week turnaround for a room to be ready again.
Everything needs to be discreet. If I'm going to a high-end hotel, I already know I can't wear shorts with my company logo. I take the bodies and items out of the hotel in black bags before transferring them to red biohazard bags in the truck outside. Nothing can be marked, and a lot of the time I'm even snuck in through back elevators.
But that doesn't always stop guests from learning the truth. Sometimes they're excited about it. Remember the laundry chute woman? Well, there was debate about whether it was an accident or intentional. We once had a group of women staying with us for a bachelorette party. They came down to wait for their Uber, and one girl walks up to me and randomly asks,
Can I move to the room where that woman was murdered?
This kind of thing is actually pretty common. The Beverly Hilton retired the number 434 because it was the room where Whitney Houston died, and people came from all over the world demanding to sleep in the same bed she died in.
I'm not weird or anything. I just want my entire bachelorette party to be picked off one by a vengeful ghost. Right, girls?
As you'd probably assume, a nicer hotel will do a better job of cleaning up a dead body and its related fluids than a shitty motel will. What you might not realize is how.
High-end hotels will usually replace anything that gets even a couple of spots of blood on them and just charge the cleanup directly to the deceased. But lower-end hotels might not have a card on file, so they need to pay for it themselves, meaning they're gonna spend as little as possible.
I knew a carpet cleaning company who kept getting calls from a cheap motel wanting them to use their carpet cleaning equipment to remove carpet bloodstains instead of replacing it, even though that would basically never work.
Even worse, sometimes people are shot or stabbed in a bed, and the mattress becomes soaked with blood, but a cheap place will just bring in some guys to try and suck the blood out of the mattress rather than, again, replacing it. If that doesn't work, they'll just cover the stains with a mattress pad and call it a day. So now that you know what's really going on in hotels,
You're probably wondering how you can tell if somebody has died in your room.
well, the trick is to look for mismatched carpet, or anywhere the carpet seems to have been replaced. Same thing with wallpaper and blinds.
Sometimes you get lucky and they've only replaced the carpet because somebody pissed a shat on it, but it's usually because somebody bled on it.
A few other helpful tips could be looking for weird amounts of flies in the light fixtures, avoiding smelly AC units, noticing odd wall bumps.
Or never leaving your house ever again.
Yeah, or that. You should probably do that.